I want to welcome everyone to our final coach call. My name is Vicki Cody, and I'm with High Tech Kids. And with me tonight, I have Jeannie Badger. Looks like Cheryl Moeller is on, and we have head referee Josh Hogan joining us as well. I promise I only have like a couple of slides, and it's just things to clear up. All right. So just really quick, and this is just reiterating what our general event wave schedule is going to look like. Hopefully you guys know which wave you're in for your event, either the AM wave or the PM wave. The waves are approximately 4 hours each. So if you're in the morning, doors are going to open at 8 o'clock, and you'll be there till about noon. And if you're in the afternoon, we'd like you to arrive no earlier than 12:15, and you'll be done right around 4:15. And the same for the morning. If you arrive at 8 o'clock, you should have plenty of time to find your pits, unpack your stuff, warm up your robot, whatever it is you need to do. Typically, the robot rounds won't start for 45 minutes, so that should be plenty of time to get everyone in. And then what we would like is, if you're in the morning wave, right when you're done, if you can pack your stuff up, you can, stay and watch other teams if you want to, but we need you to move out of the pits because someone is going to be using your pit table in the afternoon. And that's the same with wave 2 people. If you want to come early and watch people in wave 1, you're more than welcome, but you just can't put your stuff in your pit table because someone is probably using it. So that's not dissimilar than it was last year, but I just want to reiterate that we are reusing those tables. So you only get them for your 4-hour either morning wave or afternoon wave. All right. So the next set of calls that we will have are actually event calls. And these calls replace what we used to have a coaches meeting in the morning. And these calls replace those. At these calls, we're going to talk about things like, ordering lunch if you needed to order lunch. We're going to talk about, where are you going to park? Do you have to enter through a particular door? Any last minute questions, and all these things are posted on the event page. But I just wanted to let you guys know that we will have one call for each. Well, it's not really one call for each month. We have one call for November, which is next Monday. And then in December, we're going to have 2 sets of calls because that second week of December, we have so many events, and that's when most of our events in Greater Minnesota are. So if you're going to Woodbury, that's December 2nd and 3rd. Your event call is right after Thanksgiving. And then if you're in that later part of December, your event calls on December 4th. We will be posting, if you're attending just a non-advancing event, we're going to be scheduling those a little bit later. You know what? I'm going to go back. Jeannie just texted me and reminded me I didn't make a slide for this. The demographic surveys are live and up on our website. And I can even show you quickly where they are. Let me get my screen over here. So from our website, here is our website landing page. I like to go this way. I'm just going to click on First Lego League Challenge here. Under required forms, I'm going to scroll down. So remember, FLL Challenge is always in red. Here is where the demographic survey is. If you need that paper consent and release form, this is where you're going to find it. But here's the demographic survey. So you can choose what event you're going to. And then here are all the teams. And these are the team numbers that you registered with us for your event. So you can just choose your team, and let's see, I will choose, well, I'll choose a team I know. I promise I won't put anything in here, Jenna. If the team name is different, we're going to change the team name here. Total students. This is just the demographic survey. It's really important that you fill this out. This is something that our funders ask us this information. Personally, we don't care the demographic makeup of your team, but our funders do. And they give us enough money to be able to hold these events, and they cover, I might get this wrong, Cheryl can correct me. I believe they cover 2/3 of the cost of the events. And we couldn't actually do it without them. So it's really important that you fill these out. Also, at the end, you'll notice it is going to ask you, please include a shipping name, and so if you win an award, you want to put in here where you want your trophy shipped, and an address. And we do this because we know a lot of teams, maybe someone from a school registered them. And if you want to make sure you're going to get your trophies and they're not floating around in a school somewhere, you want to make sure that you fill this out. And then down here, you can put your email in, Vicki at High Tech Kids or whatever your email is, and you will get confirmation that this form has been submitted. All right. So, but it's really important that you do that. And the form is up. It is due the Monday before your event. But if you want to fill that form out now, we would be more than grateful, so that we don't have to chase you down the week of your event. So that would be great. All right. Like I said, short and sweet. I know that there were some questions submitted that Jeannie was going to address. And I'm going to put the robot game board up because I believe they were all robot game related.
So yep, I'm here. So we have a head ref on board here tonight. So I'm going to have him answer the questions. There you are, Josh. So the first question we received was, if in the immersive wall mission, if the team accidentally knock over or off the purple figure when raising the walls, will they get mission points if the walls are fully raised? The rule states teams may not separate the dual lock, take mission models apart, or break a mission model. Missions clearly made possible or easier will not count.
Excellent. So many of the mission models this year do have minifigs or little things on them that can easily become dislodged and come off. Knocking those things off cannot be part of the team's strategy to score or to get points. If it happens consistently, we will not allow the models to score. But if a robot goes rogue and knocks one off by accident, we will be pretty lenient with that. But definitely make sure the kids are practicing with the models completely put together, that all the minifigs are on there, all the experts are on the field in their correct spots, so that they don't get accustomed to driving through things or over things, or hitting a model in a way that would break it in the tournament configuration.
All right. Thank you, Josh. And that's the only question we got ahead of time. If anyone has questions now, you can either put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask the question. If you've got project questions or logistic problems, go ahead and ask those too. Quiet group tonight.
Jeannie, I thought there were some more questions.
That's the only one I saw. Let me look again. We answered those other questions at the previous event.
Okay.
Coach Call.
Are there any other questions about the game, about the tournament, about judging, any of the judging sessions? Anything you guys are curious about?
I had a question. For the robot game, will the timers be counting down from 2:30 or up from 0? Because my team likes to keep an eye on the last run, and then it would just be helpful if we knew which version of the countdown it would be.
Down from 2:30.
Thank you.
And then sorry, go ahead, Josh.
I was going to say all the tournaments will have a clock that shows the time. Some of the buzzers are a little quieter than others, so You may hear a buzzer signifying the end of the time, or you might hear the MC announce that. And very often the MCs are also giving a 15 seconds left or 30 seconds left warning.
All right, Vicki, do you want to answer that question? It's asked about judging sessions are like last year. Are the judging sessions just like last year?
So the judging sessions will be, there are going to be two 15-minute sessions. You will have a time for your project and a time for your robot. But yes, they're just like last year. There'll be a core values judge in each of them. In fact, just today, I put up on the website a new little document that is similar to the ones that first shows that. I'm going to see if I can pull it up really quick.
Sure, I guess.
All right. So under this masterpiece tab, I just put this little flyer together so that you can see it's very similar to what First has put out for their 30-minute judging in Minnesota. We're going to have those two 15-minute sessions. So this is something that I know people have asked this before, is when does that timer start? So the team is going to enter. They're going to get about a minute to set up. And then they get to give their presentation uninterrupted for 5 minutes. The judges get 9 minutes. That equals 15. And that's the same for project and down here in robot design. And so during that Q&A, if you're in robot design and core values, the core values judge will also be asking questions, as well as the robot design judge, and the same up here in innovation project. Let's see, when will the detailed schedules be posted, and maybe chat about who to contact regarding teams with students with needs? Okay, so the schedules, I'm going to let Jeannie tell you when the schedules are going to be posted. Usually those are up about 2 weeks before the event, but I know that I think Jeannie was going to try really hard to get December's up before Thanksgiving. And then if you have an issue, if you have kids with needs, or you need some sort of accommodation, please email me, Vicki at High Tech Kids, and I can make sure that the tournament can accommodate whatever it is, whatever need that you need.
Yeah, so my goal for schedules is to have the first ones up by next week before that coach call, and we will have those up, but the general schedules are already on the tournament pages, so you kind of have a general idea of where things are going. Food is allowed at the competitions at the schools, not at the state tournament, but yes, so for Woodbury, you can have snacks. They will have some concessions there, and the concessions are put together by our tournament hosts. And in Woodbury, that is the local FRC teams. So we do hope that you will visit those concession stands as well.
And if you are attending the Prior Lake event and you're wanting to either come early and have some lunch, or stay, maybe you're in the morning session and you might want to stay and have lunch, they require a pre-order for their pizza lunches. Especially on Saturday, because on Saturday at Prior Lake, there will be FRC, there will be FTC, FLL, and Explore. So lots of people trying to get snacks and eating. So you'll want to look on those tournament pages to see the directions for if you think you might want to order food. And yes, we will, in fact, we're getting a sample of our new shirts tomorrow. So hopefully they will be done by our first event in Prior Lake. And we're going with a color that we never went with before. We're pretty excited about it. It's green. And we're also pretty excited about the design. The design was made by a FLL alum. She did FLL, then she did FTC, then she went to college, and she is a designer by trade now. So,
yes, we plan to bring the shirts to the Greater Minnesota tournaments. If you specifically know sizes, let me know ahead of time, and then I will make sure I bring plenty of those up there. There, not necessarily up there.
Well, it's hard to believe we're only about, 3 weeks? Is that right? About 3 weeks away from our first event. Should be fun. All right. So, and then beyond that, there were some other interesting questions that we had. Someone didn't ask this question to me, but asked it to one of our judges and referees at a recent event, was about bringing in something for their project that sort of would create a mess, to make bubbles and things like that. And so we want to remind you guys that we are guests in these schools. So please don't, it's like the year that we did like hydrodynamics, lots of people wanted to bring water, and it was a little problematic because, sometimes the classrooms have carpet, sometimes they don't. We just want to make sure we're not making a big, huge mess. So please keep that in mind when you're thinking about what you're bringing in and what your skits and everything are for your project. And also remember that we will not have any technology there for you. No, projectors, no screens. Even if it's in that classroom, we will not be authorized to use it. So just remember that as well. So anything that you need to bring. And Jeannie put this in the type. If you think of questions afterwards, feel free to email Jeannie, or you can email me too, but email either of us. And we'll be happy to answer that. And if it's a really hard robot question, we'll send it on to Josh and we'll get back to you on that. If you guys don't have any additional questions, I will be happy to let you continue on with your evening. Maybe you are
Can I just ask one more robot question?
Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
For the theater change scene, it starts on the blue, correct? Is that the correct color for the setup?
The theater.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
On the blue dot. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the flag is up and the blue dot is forward.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I'll let you guys go out and get some last minute candy for Halloween. Maybe sew a costume. All right. Remember, if you have any questions, email either Jeannie or myself, and we'd be super happy to help you out. So good luck, and we'll see our November people next week. And then at Prior Lake. And don't forget, if you are a new coach, come to the Prior Lake event. Come check it out. Come see what it is. It's free, open to the public. You can see judging, find somebody in a purple shirt, and we will show you around. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great evening.